Hey, the Red Rocker Sammy Hagar here telling you that after all these years, there's still only one way to rock.
Whisp Turlington.
Hi, it's Mick Jagger, and you're listening to Whisp Turlington.
I'm Chris, and this is Doug, and we're in Hoobastank.
This is Brian May from Queen, and you're listening to Whisp Turlington.
Hey, it's Zane from Fister, and the only guy I'm listening to in the morning since I came back to life is Whisp Turlington.
This is Dan.
And this is Doug.
We're from the band Hoobastank.
Hi, everybody. This is Huey Lewis.
Oh, yeah, I'm Neil Young, and you're listening to Whisp Turlington.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Will I Am.
This Apple the App.
Fergie.
Taboo. And we're the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, it's Paul McCartney, and you're listening to my man Wisp.
Hi, this is Neil Sean from Journey and Steve Perry of Journey.
Wisp Turlington.
Hi, we're the Human League. I'm Susan.
And I'm Philip.
And I'm Joanne.
Yo, what's up? This is R. Kelly.
Hello, this is Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Hi, this is Rick Wakeman of Yes.
I'm Danny, and I'm the Denim Boy, and we're from Mama's Revenge. And you're listening to Whisp Turlington. Yep.
Hi, this is Roger Daltrey.
Hi, this is Geddy Lee, and you're listening to
Wisp Turlington.
Hey, I'm John Bon Jovi. It's Richie Sambora. You're listening to
The Whisp Turlington Show. Back and better than ever. So I was hanging out with my friend last night. Nick Nolte, Peter Cetera, other guys from Journey, Jason Newsted from Metallica, Dustin Hoffman, come on, you know him, Tom Hanks, but I made him be Forrest Gump the whole time. Wake up, Val Verde, with the greatest radio DJ to ever exist.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
The Whisp Turlington Show. Well, I've always said it's good to rock, and you need someone who's gonna take you through that journey, and there's only one man who can do it, and that's me, Whisp Turlington, with his co-hosts. Oh yeah, check out these clowns. Jeff Garlock.
Idiot.
Greg Lemonsour.
You know, at a moment like this, I think of my father's last words, which were, "Don't, son, that gun is loaded."
Traffic from Art Spart, and more. Now, here he is, Whisp Turlington. Good morning. Ha! Okay, it's the morning of the Whisp Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hawk. Get it done. Ha! All right. Oh my God!
We gotta shorten that, Wisp.
I asked.
Did you
Scotty.
make it longer somehow?
No, it is the same length as last time, and I'm very upset about that.
You know, I swore, maybe I just thought that Neil Young was Owen Wilson, and I got confused.
Well, that's the thing.
Maybe that's what happened.
People think they're the same person. People
but
don't
it also
understand.
starts to, every time, it is like I am looking at a ventriloquist, and it's like I'm watching Anthony Hopkins in that movie Magic, where I'm just like, are you starting the show?
Right.
And then I realized, no, you're just talking about Nick Nolte.
I'm just talking about my good friend, because he's my good friend.
I'm
I would
aware
say
of the
he's
fact
probably my
your
good
best
friend. Good best friend. That is a level above best friend. You almost had a shot.
At one point, I was best friend and almost became good best friend.
You were best friend.
I'm not even sure where I'm at with if I'm best friend anymore.
Colleagues,
that is.
Although we did survive.
Not good.
We did survive last week, of course. The Hellgate. The Hellgate of Halloween. We did survive that. So what's the level? Scotty, what's the level above colleague?
Lunch friends. How about that?
Lunch friend. You are my lunch friend.
Can we at least be a lunch friend? I'd like to move past just quoting Anchorman at the water cooler.
I can't move past that.
I mean, I'd like to keep that in our relationship if we can. I mean, please.
Of course, that's my one of my co-hosts, Jeff the Angry Man Garlock. Let's bring in the Wonder Boy. The Wonder Boy that really pissed everyone off last week. But you know what? He made me a hell of a mixtape of all of his Yes tracks, because I haven't heard a lot of it, mainly because I'm friends with Rick Wakeman, and I just don't have relationships very much unless it's the Stones, or the Beatles, or Metallica, or Motley Crue, or Winger, or Collective Soul.
All right, okay, all right, Wisp, all right, that's just like a long list of bands here. Okay, fine, all right, are we good? Are we fine here? Can I start talking? Can I start speaking?
The mixtape helped me out. But did you make one for Jeff? Did you make one for Jeff?
Well, I'm not gonna make a. This is, of course, Greg Lemon Sour. How are we all doing, people? How are we feeling today? How are we feeling?
I got a mixtape too.
Yeah, of course. I spread it around.
Yeah,
I gave some of the dustiest grooves to Wisp. I gave even the
all
dustier
good
grooves to
people
Art.
Turn their heads and say, "Is that it?"
That's the key. That's the key to a good mixtape, a good Lemon Sour mixtape. You got to start with the hits, with the ones that people know, and then you get into the deep cuts. You get into the fish. You get into the clap. You get into the moments, and then you'll even bring in a little bit of the Chris Squire solo record.
Wait, what was that word? Did you say you called him Quisp?
Some of our super fans of Yes, we always call Chris Squire Quisp because he loved. This is a little fact. It is not because of your name, Wisp. It
sounds like it could be because of my name.
Little known fact, little known Lemon Sour fact, not an opinion. Chris Squire's favorite cereal,
Quisps.
He loves
That's
Quisp
my cereal. I made that cereal.
Well, then you and Chris Squire should have been hanging out before R.I.P. Rest in power, Chris Squire, one of the greatest bass players who ever existed in progressive rock history.
You think that prog rockers are in heaven because I kind of think they're just in purgatory. Not cool enough for heaven, not cool enough for hell. Just a little in the middle.
You know, sometimes I like agreeing with you, Wisp, and I'm going to agree with this one. All prog rockers go down to purgatory.
Down to purgatory.
Right.
Do you think that they have a better shot of being picked up with like one of those ghost hunter tools like the Necronomicon or the Ghost Box? Are you familiar with these?
I am familiar. Oftentimes I will sit down in my rocking chair that does not rock, and I will hook up with the aux cable to my Marantz integrated circuit, a box that runs through all of the FM channels all at once. Because I like to have them go, and then you can speak to the spirits, you can hear their voices, and they're often telling you Starship Trooper, and that is when I know
that is truly
I am
what they're
talking
always
to a prog rocker in
ghosts,
purgatory.
The ghosts are always saying Starship Trooper.
And if it ain't Starship Trooper, it's definitely Tarkus, and I know we got ELP on the box, all right?
Oh, my God. We're having a great time here.
We're having a wonderful time here.
Okay, calm it down there, son.
Yeah, can you take it easy,
You
Greg?
too,
Jeez.
Jeff. Jesus.
Hey, I was even talking here. Why are you yelling at me?
Show? What's the name of the show?
It's the Whisp Turlington Show.
Louder, please.
The Whisp Turlington Show. We're going to get it back to just a one-away point.
With
the
feeling.
Whisp Turlington Show. But also with Jeff the Angry Man Garlock. I got to say, hey, can you let my good friend here, Jeff the Angry Man Garlock, all right? Because I'm on his side for this one.
Okay,
you got to give him his due. If you become a lunch buddy, if you have moved up from just office friend, you got to give him his full title.
Oh, what, he's a lunch buddy?
Yeah, sir. I
So
thought we had...
Jeff,
I thought we had agreed. I thought we had agreed on this.
Jeff, the lunch buddy, Garlock, hanging out with us here. Hey, guys,
start this.
Scotty did just load this on my phone. I'm going to turn it on, see if you can hear this. This is Necrophonic. This is one of those apps that they use to try to find ghosts. And let's see what we can find here. If there are any ghosts here in the studio, I'm going to hit start. Ghosts, are you there? Hello, ghosts. It's Whisp Turlington.
Yeah, hey, ghosts, are we good? All right? This is Greg Lemon Sour, all right? Are you speaking to us?
Sometimes you add reverb and it's easier to hear them. Let's see. Reverb's on, ghosts. What? Okay, they said what?
Oh, they said, oh, yeah, so that is definitely Greg Lake from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. He was always known for standing on giant oriental rugs, and he wouldn't update that term.
And
he always would call it the worst version, and he would say, hey, he said, hey, what?
No, he said here.
Here,
it's
see, right there. That's Lake for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You know what our problem is?
We
have too many lights on. That's it. That's a little dusty groove tip from you. You got to turn all the lights off if the ghosts are going to be coming for you. That's a Lemon Sour fact.
Oh my God! Now this does qualify as news, folks.
All the news you can use, or the news you can lose. It's news time on 108.9 The Hawk.
Oh my God! Everybody is so jammed and ready for WRESTLESLURP 22, one of the biggest wrestling events ever. And it's going to be right here at the Val Verde Enormodome tonight. Here's some of the people that are going to be hitting the ring, as it were. Was that what you say, Greg, Jeff, Art? Is it the ring?
We call it the ring when it comes to wrestling.
Okay,
Thank
Greg.
you for going to me as the qualifier, all right?
Yeah. Hey, I almost thought when I turned on Necrophonic, I thought we'd hear our buddy Greg Allman, but I didn't.
Oh, no, yeah, no, well, yeah, okay, see,
We'll
the thing
find
with, maybe you want to throw that puppy on there again, you might even hear him.
Yeah, I'm not tossing any puppies yet. But we're so excited. We are so pumped, man. It is WRESTLESLURP 22, so many of the big names. Big Kid Kenny's wrestling. We got the Snake, Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. I don't know exactly if it's Brendan Fraser, who of course is riding high on the old Oscar news. I knew he'd do it. All this time I've been hanging out with my buddy Brendan, and I'm like, you're going to come back, and you're going to come back big.
Literally, he came back big.
He took it to heart. He was like, Wisp, thank you.
That's a hard part about Whisp Turlington. You got a lot of power here, but you got to watch those words sometimes.
You know that
the minute you say something, your best friends, they take it to heart.
He gave me the script for The Whale, and I thought it was a Moby Dick thing, and I got pissed off because I've been trying to direct a new Moby Dick for the longest time. It's a modern version.
Yeah, I saw
It's a
yours.
yacht.
It's weird though. It is a big yacht. And it just starts with you just saying, "Call me Wisp," and then from there, seemed to be mostly you just hanging out on a yacht and drinking cognacs and just kind of dicking around with your best friends.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, whale tail. And then sometimes it just happens. But WRESTLESLURP 22, we're all so excited. And Scotty, the main man in the booth, the best producer in the universe. Jenny, Jimmy, go to hell.
You can just burn in that hellgate, all right?
You can burn right in the hellgate. I hope it sucked you in last week. But Scotty here, he rounded this up, man.
He's shaking his head no, but you got to take the credit, Scotty. You got the goods.
You did. We've got one of WRESTLESLURP's finest wrestlers here. Some refer to him as the Harvester of Sorrow. That's some dark shit for you, Jeff and Greg. And it's D MIEN Blakk.
Take it easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio, in the Hawk Nest. How we doing, Damien? How we feeling?
Welcome to Oblivion.
Oh, he's already in character.
Right, in character. Look at that. Right with his catchphrase.
Scotty, he came right in his character. Do you like that when people say your character?
Well, I gotta tell you, so I don't, because this isn't a character I'm playing. This is just me.
This isn't a character I'm playing. Hey, it's Wisp.
Yeah, this is not a character I'm playing. This is just Jeff the Angerman Garlock. Yeah, okay, all right, fine. And I am not a character, and don't ever judge me as a character. I'm Greg Lemonsauer, right? Are we good? Are we good here?
Good,
all right?
God, okay. So, Damien, I gotta say, I went to Slurps 2 through 7. I haven't been back to a Slurp in 15 years. So WRESTLESLURP 22, Val Verde Dome.
Nah,
sorry,
you got
Scotty,
it wrong.
Am I right? It's the Enormodome. It's
the Enormodome. Big time. Give it the credit.
That's the big time. When you wrestle in the Enormodome, that means you are finally on fucking
When
top.
you hosted 15, that's when it was at the other one.
Look,
when it was you and Larry Bud Melman co-hosting.
Okay.
You got the. I am wrestling tonight at the Enormodome, but I ain't gonna be.
Hell yeah!
I ain't gonna be on WRESTLESLURP. Okay, something got crossed wires or something. I don't. Those guys are phonies.
Scotty, he said wires or something. Are there wires crossed?
Oh my God! Okay. Should we call an electrician?
Should we
what
call
is going on?
Tharp, our engineer?
Tharp. Tharp saying no too. What is going on here?
I don't know. Okay, so
explain these wires.
If you're not part of the Slurps, what are you part of?
Those guys are phonies. Okay, that ain't real wrestling.
So you are calling the Cheeseburger, one of the finest wrestlers ever, a phony?
Yeah.
You're saying Gravedigger the Truck.
Gravedigger the Truck.
I mean,
who does monster truck shows, and he also wrestles.
Look, if you want to be...
I tell you, Jim McStan, who runs that league, he's not going to be psyched about
Jim
this.
McStan's not going to be happy.
I bet you you're good friends with Jim McStan, aren't you, Wisp?
No, I'm not. I'm never going to work for that guy. He's a phony. Those guys are phonies.
Jim McStan is not a phony. He's a very good family friend. Now, that's a good... family friend is blood, basically, Jeff.
Yeah, you want to hear about blood? Let me tell you what's going to be happening outside of the Enormodome. Okay,
like in the parking lot? In the Enormo lot?
There's going to be a dropped pin. If you go to my Twitter, there's going to be a dropped pin. And you want to see a real wrestling show? Then you see Burned by Blood 13.
Burned by Blood 13.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wait, okay. So
Nah,
hold on a second. So you aren't officially connected to WrestleSlurp.
I think some wires are being kind of reconnected here. If
Yeah,
you,
I feel like we've got like the bomb squad in
don't
here. And
worry,
they're
fuck.
cutting wires.
We clearly have it.
You don't have to get off your ass and do anything, apparently. Jesus.
All right, let me throw it to you this way, because you guys seem like you know music a little bit, right?
No, that's pretty much all we know.
When I
don't ask about cooking shows.
When I say that I like metal, what do you think I like?
Judas Priest.
Nah.
Iron Maiden.
Nah. Dimmu Borgir, okay?
Oh.
Okay.
Cradle of Filth. Lamb of God.
Okay.
Wow.
See, things can be the same but different. And
I've heard all of these. Of course. He seems to be diving into the new wave of American heavy metal with Lamb of God, and of course some of the third wave of Norwegian black metal with Dimmu Borgir. Of course, and of course you're going into Cradle of Filth.
Well,
your interesting version of English black metal goth.
We get it. I'm so happy we have this decoder coin here named Greg Lemon Sour to let me know what the fuck both of you are talking about. But so basically you're saying it's like the metal I don't like, the scary stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you go to WrestleSlurp, for instance, you're going to see a bunch of guys on steroids.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good.
Lime green tights.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Now you're talking. Oh, is Poison wrestling tonight?
Oh, that would be fantastic. We get Poison and the remaining members of Warrant to fight each other.
That is a cage match and a half.
Now, look at me.
I am looking at you.
I've got a bit of a Moffan's physique, okay? I'm tall. I'm long. I have bendy hinges and scoliosis.
Tall, long, bendy hinges, scoliosis.
You are almost like bending under the table, oddly.
Yeah.
You kind of got a Slender Man appearance.
I was going to say Slender Man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I was going to say Slender Man.
A lot of people see me around.
But I was going to say it.
And they think I'm actually Slender Man, and I let them think that.
I would hit you with my car.
Twisted guy.
If I saw you walking down Hog Street, and I'm driving up Hog Street, and I'm just kicking back a cognac, and I see Slender Man coming, you know I'm going to hit him. You know I'm going to hit him.
I'd be in the shotgun just yelling out, "Oh, creepypasta!" And I'd probably say, "Let's get him." But you're not. So wait, hold on, just to clear this up.
Okay, clear it up.
You are not Slender Man.
This is not Slender Man.
Look, I'm not saying I'm not Slender.
Okay.
Exclusive.
Okay, I got to tell you, Art in the traffic booth is a monster hunter.
He is a cryptozoologist, so watch what you're saying there, Harvester.
Put the crossbow down. Put the crossbow down.
No, literally, put it down, Art.
Okay, I will do it, but in the moment.
When you think about it, aren't we all kind of monsters to some degree?
Ooh, interesting. This is an interesting. Wow, Art. I didn't.
Wow.
You know, I got to say, when I was seeing the Slender Man, very stringy, greasy, long-haired wrestler in front of us, who does not look like he's physically equipped for it, I knew that he'd be dark, and I was like, okay, so this would take. But this feels like actually like an existential wrestler.
I gotta say, I
really
feel
made me feel like I had to really question my place in the world.
I have to say, I kind of feel like I'm back on the set of The Crow.
Thank you.
The one place I do not want to be, because that was frightening.
You're taking that as a compliment, I'm assuming, D MIEN BLAKK.
I take that as the highest compliment, because usually people say, "Hey, you look like Riff Raff," and I say that's not what I'm going for.
Yeah, you're going for more of a Crow
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is hard to tell because your duster just keeps flapping. Like, it's almost like, we keep hey, Scotty, remember to keep edit out his duster flapping because it is loud.
That's actually my legs.
That's your so it's a nervous tick. It's a nervous tick.
Well, it's just my knees don't bend right. So they hinge both ways.
So they feel like they're gonna buckle. Wow, that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah,
that
like
could be
you have
fun.
to get under a bed or something. Like you dropped your cell phone or something. You're like, oh god, and you just hinge under that way.
Yeah.
Like a Skeksis. You remember the Skeksis?
Oh, you're just like a Skeksis.
You're just like a Skeksis from
this
the
is like
Dark
we got the Dark Crystal right
here in front
of us.
I didn't know we were booking the Dark Crystal, Scotty.
It's interesting.
I didn't know. Hey, Crow, we'll get back to you in just a second, but I do have to go to traffic with Art Spart.
108.9 The Hawk Traffic with Art Spart.
Wow, it does seem that WrestleSlurp mania has taken over the Greater Valley because it is gridlock. Folks, people just parking in the middle of every road like they are GD parking lot. Tailgating. And get ready for WRESTLESLURP 22. Now, I'd usually make a plea for you to clear the damn roads so emergency vehicles can get to where they need to go, but nope. All of the ambulances are parked and partying their asses off. So if you need help, maybe ask for God? Well, actually, scratch that. He's there and already walking over to the dome. Everyone has their commemorative WRESTLESLURP foam tongues on, and from the smell of that, you know it's time to slurp some wrestling down. And that's traffic. I'm Art Spart on 108.9 The Hawk.
It's time for weather on 108.9 The Hawk.
Greg, you want to do this one?
Yeah, okay, all right, fine, all right. So you know what's going on out there? It's cold, all right, especially in the Enormodome parking lot. You do not want to be out in that parking lot.
You don't want to be in that parking lot. It is freezing. What do you
that's
think?
an interesting thing. That's what I'm realizing. Wait, so you're not, hold on here. You're not wrestling in the Enormodome.
Whoa, Greg.
What the hell? Oh my goodness. Hey, I'm no angel.
Greg Allman's
look
here.
at that. I knew it. He was back here.
Amazing. I knew it.
Greg Allman is back. Oh, I'm loving this.
Okay, now, Jeff, you had a question about the
Yeah, so
wrestling.
I'm just interested. So, yeah,
Do you call it wrestling?
Oh, that's a better question than the question
I knew it would
had.
be. That's why I had to do it.
That's why your name's on the goddamn show. All
That's
right,
why
so
my
do
name
you
is on
call
the
it
goddamn show.
wrestling?
Is it wrestling?
No, we call it hardcore wrestling.
But could you say hardcore wrestling?
Oh, yeah, like you're like a Lower East Side hardcore kid.
Like, I'm going to the hardcore wrestling match tonight, Ma. And
yeah, Ma, I'm going to go see Agnostic Front, and then I'm going to go wrestling.
And then
could that be a thing that you could do?
And then your mom would be all like, you better get your ass here back after the wrestling's over.
Does that ever happen?
Does that ever happen?
Talking about moms with me is a bit of a
let's do it.
sore subject because I grew up in a little bit of a twisted home.
You grew up in a twisted home.
People I have mood poisoning. It must be something I hate.
That one's good. That one is good. I did not expect to like that joke. Also, you grew up at Twisted Home. That's all you had to say. Those are the houses they're like the Ronald McDonald houses, but for really creepy kids. Yeah. And they're called Twisted Homes, and I do donate to that every year.
And it's wonderful, and they call them Twisted Kids, and it's wonderful. It's like if you're very into the Crow. And I can tell, too, you've got the word Draven tattooed across your forehead. I know you're a big Eric Draven the Crow fan.
Yep.
Like, I can tell if you're very into the Crow, you're going to end up in a Twisted Home. And is that what happened? Did they see the tattoo first, or was it like a chicken or the egg situation? No comment.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah.
Okay.
I did have to write it backwards because I self-tattooed myself in a mirror.
Oh. It's an Eric Draven prison tattoo on your forehead. It does look terrible. That is a great aesthetic. I love that. That's wonderful.
The Harvester of Sorrow, D MIEN BLAKK's in the studio. And before we go to commercial here, how do you spell Damien?
It's D, anarchy sign, M-I-E-N-B-L-Y-C-K.
C-K.
K.
Creepy. Oh, another K at the end. That just gave me chills.
Extra K. You always want to put extra Ks in your name.
There's not enough Ks in words.
Yeah, there's definitely, if you get about 3 Ks, that's definitely creepy when you get that in.
I got to say, we were going to play something else, but since you were such a big Crow fan. From the Crow original motion picture soundtrack, also from the album Purple. The Perps is what I call it. Ladies and gentlemen, Stone Temple Pilots on the Hawk.
Hello there, I'm Mick Jones. No, the other one, the Foreigner one. Anyway, me and the lads from Foreigner have opened a side business right here in Val Verde. What's it called? Called as Our Ice. What is it? It's a refrigerator repair business. Yeah, we're not on the road all the time, so we need something to keep us busy. And nothing keeps the touring members of Foreigner busy quite like refrigerator repair does. We'll come to your house and you'll immediately say, "Wait, aren't you the guys from Foreigner?" And after an explanation and a little chit-chat,
and we're gonna fix your fridge. We're gonna make it so cold. All of your groceries are gonna freeze, they will, because we will remove the ability for you to control your own refrigerator temperature. And sure, you may say that's real fucked up, members of Foreigner, but you'll forgive us when you taste how cold that fucking ice is. So give us a call, the band Foreigner, and our Cold as Our Ice refrigerator repair service, serving the Greater Valley area. You're as cold as our ice. You're willing to sacrifice control. With the fridge on the fritz, we'll give you a fair price, I know. I've seen it before, fridges die all the time. When your food gets warm, you might just lose your mind. So give us a call, we'll show right up. When we're not touring, we'll fix it all. Can't you hear me locking?
Hello, Val Verde. This is Mick Jagger from the band The Rolling Stones. Can't you hear me locking? I've realized that I've been rocking for so long that, hey, maybe I need a backup plan. I ain't gonna stay young forever, so that's why I've decided to open up my own locksmith company. Can't you hear me locking? That's right, my business, Can't You Hear Me Locking, is gonna be the best locksmith company in all of Val Verde, yeah! Now, I haven't learned how to be a locksmith yet. I really know that they lock and they unlock. That's about it. I like to have no locks on my door so I can live a rock and roll lifestyle, yeah, baby! But I do have a big old empty retail space that I'm renting down there on Hog Street, yeah! Can't you hear me locking? So eventually, I'll learn how to do this whole locksmithing thing. I mean, after eventually. Again, this is just more the plan for the plan in the future. You gotta plan, even though rock and roll ain't about planning, yeah. So come on down to Can't You Hear Me Locking? It's a perfect pun. That's why I chose the name Can't You Hear Me Locking. I don't really care that much about locks if I'm being honest. But I'm Mick Jagger, and I'm gonna fix your lock in the future. Can't you hear me locking?
Sounds like someone's afraid of classic rock.
Yeah, I'm just saying they seem real rowdy, that's all.
With bands like and even what is there to be afraid of?
Yeah, you're right. I guess the problem's me.
The Valley's greatest classic rock station, 108.9, The Hawk. Oh, yeah. Another family friend. Another family friend. Ended too soon. That friendship, God, I wish it could have gone on forever. Voodoo
that
Child.
That one's gotta hurt too when it's a family friend.
Still.
I'm sorry.
Still saying what it is.
I was feeling for you and your family.
I appreciate that.
Because it's different
You're
when
still
it's
a lunch buddy.
When a best friend dies, whatever. When it's a family friend.
When it's a family friend, like, ooh, no.
When it's a lunch buddy, you take a lunch. You take a lunch break.
Buddy, you're like, well, I might as well head on over to Burger Tools.
I guess I'll just eat a Burger
Munch
Tool.
One down for him. The only home improvement themed burger restaurant in the world. Burger Tools, right? And it's owned by Richard Karn. And I went over there the other night. I got to say this. But first off, Jesus, you really just threw me off, Jeff. A Voodoo Child.
I'm sorry that I was giving you condolences on your... All right.
Voodoo Child. Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Can I just say Jimi Hendrix is one of the most underrated guitarists this world has ever seen, and I also want to give you some condolences.
That's your original thought? I appreciate for the condolences.
Hey, by the way, that's not a lemon sour opinion. That's a lemon sour fact.
That's
Jimi Hendrix
but that's a fact that
is
everybody
underrated.
knows. How is that even a fact?
Hey, I'm just here to give you some Dusty Groove facts, and most people don't agree. Jimi Hendrix is one of the most underrated guitarists to ever exist.
Jimi Hendrix, Voodoo Child on the Whisp Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hawk. Thank you for allowing me to get that out. WRESTLESLURP 22. It's happening at the Dome. Everybody's so excited for that. And I hear
why are
they're
you
also
still promoting WRESTLESLURP?
That's what I did realize. I think we probably should instead be singing Burn by Blood 13 at a drop pin somewhere.
Now, can you do that if you were do that in a Scott Temple Pilots way?
Burn by Blood 13.
Now that was the verse. Now what would he do for a chorus?
You gotta go to the Instagram and find your drop pin from me.
Another family friend. Can
I just give my condolences to your family about Scott Weiland?
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Are we good here? All right, I gotta step in here again.
Yeah.
Scott Weiland,
one
of the most underrated vocalists of Velvet Revolver. All right,
Oh my
I just
God.
have to say.
How?
That's a Greg Lemon Sour fact.
Okay, well, no, it's not. I don't like it. We're going to cut this out of the show. Can you just hit the
Most people agree Stone Temple Pilots not the band you want to listen to if you want your injection of violence.
I thought you had like realistic things that people went to you for, like serious facts, that the deep stuff that they don't usually know, but that's down the wrong path.
Hey, talk about that wrong path all the way to Going Deep Saturdays at 7 p.m. with Greg Lemon Sour. Are we good here?
Get your promo in. Oh, D MIEN BLAKK, the harvester of sorrow, hanging out with us. Burn by Blood 13. It's going to be a drop pin somewhere in the Enormo lot of the Val Verde Enormodome, where WRESTLESLURP 22 is happening tonight. Oh, yeah. Having a good time.
Okay, like who's headline? I don't even watch that garbage. But
Okay,
who's headlining that?
We got Little Abner.
Little Abner, Mr. Mixtelplix.
Porn
And then, of course,
we got the tag team,
The
best tag team, the Michaels brothers. We've got Porn Michaels and
Steely Dan Michaels.
Yeah,
and the crazy part is that tag team, they're going to be fighting each other.
They're going to be fighting.
That's the headlining match. That's a headlining match at Western WRESTLESLURP. I mean, what do you have? I mean, that's the interesting
what's going
part.
on with you?
Because it seems like you and Jim McStan aren't getting along lately here.
You know, he used to be a wrestler.
He used to be a wrestler. You can tell because he looks jacked all the time.
Oh, he's always jacked, man. And
like
that's just
unhealthily
caffeine.
jacked. That neck does not look good.
My God.
Yeah,
you can just grab on one of those veins and just hold on and just pull yourself to the top like you're climbing the beanstalk.
Look, if you want to watch bodybuilders pretend to hit each other, you could go to the Enormodome, but none of our wrestlers have muscles. They're either very skinny or very fat.
Oh, that's an interesting take on wrestling. I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
Just like for the normal people of the world.
The normies.
I wouldn't call anything that's happening at Burn by Blood normal.
Oh, okay. Geez, that was. You seem to be really into that one.
So who are
himself.
you? So who's D MIEN BLAKK going up against?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, I have had a cough a little bit.
We've been seeing you. Your whole body has been vibrating as you try to keep the cough back.
I had to push your chair back from the counter a little bit because you were shaking the radio desk.
Yeah, and if
I sound muffled, I keep putting more N95s on my face.
He's wearing 6 of them.
I'm wearing 6 at this point, and it sounds terrible.
If you notice on the table, on the console here, there's what it looks like white dust. It's actually light tube that my rival rodenticide, he made me eat a bunch of fluorescent light tubes. So I'm trying to get my revenge the only way I know how. A hardcore upside down lawnmower death match.
Okay, well,
interesting. Wait, how does that exactly work?
Well, you take a bunch of lawnmowers and you flip them upside down. We fight on top of them.
You fight on. Okay, so now that is you turn the lawnmowers on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are these riding lawnmowers? Are these push Toros? Toro, a great lawn mowing company.
Oh, fantastic.
Toro.
I don't know the
Let's mow
brands.
some lawns.
I just know there's going to be a lot of blood splattering on to the audience.
You're burning everybody.
Yeah.
Get it?
Oh, that's fun.
Burned by blood. 13.
Well, it's not I actually have a hot blood because of the
you've got
condition
one of
I
those.
have. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot
what
of
is this condition?
blood diseases. So you're gonna want to maybe wear plastic.
Probably
Damien.
from all those neon lights you're eating and getting shoved into your
I
body
wouldn't do
during
that.
these wrestling matches.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I heard happened to New Jack and Terry Funk.
You know, when you found
They were
out
like
that,
the kings of extreme wrestling, but they just had too many neon lights that they kept chewing on.
Yeah.
you know that when you found out that you were hot-blooded, did you check it and see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a fever
About-
of 103?
103 is kind of my operating.
At all times.
That's what that song is all about.
Yeah.
That also is about
about-
long COVID. So I'm also worried. Do you have long COVID? Because that feels like long. You're holding on to 103 there.
COVID, if you have it.
Well, no, I think it balances out because if you feel my fingertips, they're stone cold.
Oh, well, that's a good
You
sign.
gotta say that in a wrestling promo. If you feel these fingertips, they're stone cold. I used to help. I would coach Jim McStan.
Oh, of course.
In his promos, he'd be like, "Wisp, I need something for tonight," and I'm like, just grunt.
Yeah, you know, those wrestlers at the Enormodome, are they going to be yelling and screaming? I more bring a handheld camera close to my face and I say sort of like a riddle or, you know, something cryptic. Like, down the dark decades of pain, this will seem like a memory of heaven. You know, something a little spooky.
Interesting.
I'm
so
good
like
with riddles.
something that makes no sense if you think about it longer than 2 seconds.
So what was the? Let's write down. Please tell me that again. I'm
Yeah,
very
that's
good
it.
with
Let's
riddles.
do that
I'm gonna
because
write
also
this
we can
one
get
down.
Art on this. He's a cryptozoologist.
All right,
He's
I'm gonna
also
need you on this riddle.
Art is also a
Damien's got
master
riddle for
code
us.
breaker. So what was that one again?
What is it again?
Sort of like rodenticide. When I take you down the dark decades of your pain, this is
Dark
going to
decades of
seem like
pain?
a memory of heaven.
Yeah, that's purgatory.
Oh my
That
goodness!
is
Are
100
you
that's
just
where all the prog bands are.
Yeah,
That
are you
is,
just-
rodenticide is basically drawing you a map. Now, in every city, there is a path to purgatory. Everybody knows this. You go right through the gate, you're in purgatory, and it's just a bunch of really dorky prog musicians hanging out and talking about different time signatures. I recommend not finding it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't want to get into a boring conversation about time signatures
That's the last thing
with
I
the
need.
extraneous members of Toto, you're not going to want to go to prog rock
All those
purgatory. I'll tell you that.
gentle giants that died. I don't ever want to run into those guys.
Jeez.
Okay, so are you?
God forbid if they're an Italian prog rock band, both they're going to be nerds and you're not going to know what they're talking about.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Looks like line number 3. Line 3, you're on.
This is Jim McStan.
Look
Damien
at
Black.
this. Jim McStan, the leader of WRESTLESLURP.
Black! I am going to come out and personally gut you. You get the holy fuck out of my parking lot.
Yeah, well, it's just pain is pleasure to me.
Oh,
Mr.
good, because you're going to get a lot of it. You're going to get a lot of it.
Great.
He
I
does
keep
have a
getting
pain is pleasure
suffering.
tattoo on his neck beard right
I
there.
keep
So
getting all
that's
these
right there.
creepy letters from this kid saying, why can't I be part of WRESTLESLURP? Why can't I be part? You want to know why? Because we don't let the Slender Man wrestle!
Yeah, but why not? Why not? Why do I gotta struggle like this?
Because you would die.
Oh, you would die.
Oh.
You would die if you stepped into the ring like my two friends, Antichrist and Chlamydia, who are going to have a barbed wire shoes match tonight.
Oh, barbed wire shoes match does sound fun.
Get out of my fucking parking lot. That's all I got to say.
Sounds like a chat. Sounds like
Mick
somebody
Stan.
shook. Somebody
like Mick-
shook.
I mean, it
You
sounds
pissed
like
off
he shook,
Jim
but I have
McStan.
to say, it also sounds like Jim McStan is actually just concerned for you physically, which I have to say,
that's
I'm
kinda
actually
nice.
concerned for you physically too, now that we spent so much time staring at your obscene body, actually.
Yeah, because, I mean,
it
you're
feels
not
like you
really
should be
the
going to a
Crow.
doctor, more so than wrestling.
Well,
I'm
we
not
don't.
going to lie.
We either had to get the ring or the doctors. So we opted for the ring.
Oh, so you went for
tonight.
the ring. Okay.
I mean, you got to make choices when you're starting your own league, I suppose.
You know, my good friend Jim McStan brought up a very good point. Very angrily. And that's actually not angry. I've heard Jimmy so much more angry than that. But he said that you've written a lot of letters trying to get into WRESTLESLURP. Can you go on that a little bit?
I mean, that's overrated. You know, everybody. You know, sometimes. You know, I'm a DIY guy. You know, I don't need them. But you know,
you have written letters asking to be part of WRESTLESLURP. When was the most recent letter you've sent to WRESTLESLURP?
This morning.
This morning, and what did you say in that? Caw like a crow.
They're gonna have a 50-man battle royal, and I thought, well, maybe there's a spot for old Damien. I would have kind of ditched my guys in the parking lot and been part of the battle royal. And I think I'd do good in that because I just kind of be standing over everybody and like kind of peering down at them and like.
That is true. Half of them would probably give up just because how creepy.
I know. They'd be like, Slender Man, and they get in their car and try to hit you.
They'd run away, yeah.
Are there any wrestlers in... Now, we know that there's just a bunch of scary bastards as a part of Burned by Blood 13. Are there any...
Because I will say, that is the scary part about wrestling matches, is like, I love going to a wrestling match, but hanging out in the parking lot.
Get home.
Get home, because that is not a comfortable place to be, surrounded by a bunch of wrestling fans.
Well, and the raccoons. We haven't even touched
not to mention the raccoons. We haven't even touched upon the raccoons.
We got a real raccoon
I gotta say, I've been actually trying to collect those raccoons. I got a bunch of feral raccoons that I've been trying to bring into the Lemon Sour Fund.
What, like
a little thing I like to do.
Pokemons? Like it's Raccoon Go?
Hey, that's how, are we good here? All right, that's how I just feel. Look, gotta catch them all when it comes to raccoons is that's a Lemon Sour fact, not a Lemon Sour opinion, all right?
Jeff, I'm just gonna say this between the two of us. Scotty, go ahead and mute Greg. I think we might need to find another co-host.
I mean, talk to stage manager Ron. This guy is...
I like this guy at the beginning, but these things I just don't agree with. And if I don't agree with something, it shouldn't be on my show.
I mean, I know that you say, but the phone is lighting up. Look at all these people.
I know. Let's go
Scotty,
to...
let's call it. Yeah, what is it?
Oh, my God, really? Okay. Jeff, line 4, it's Brendan Fraser and the Mummy calling in for D MIEN BLAKK. Brendan Fraser, you there? Is it Brendan Fraser in the Mummy? Is this my good buddy Brendan Fraser? That's all I'm really asking.
Yeah, this is your good buddy Brendan Fraser in the Mummy, of course.
Right.
How we doing today?
Oh, we're doing so good, man. Hey, proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Proud of you.
Fourth comeback's a charm. That's what I say.
Hey, this is only my second one, really.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So,
it's still much respect. Much respect for Brendan Fraser. But also, I got to say, much respect to Greg Lemon Sour. I've been hoarding feral raccoons myself with this fourth comeback. I say, hey, you got to pay it forward. I've had the blessing of Doom Patrol and the blessing of the whale, and now I want to give my blessing to the raccoon. So I got to say, I love you, Wisp, but I don't believe in this. I got to believe in Lemon Sour with these raccoons. And I also got to say, I believe in D MIEN BLAKK.
Whoa, really?
He seems like a real underdog. He's an underdog just like Brendan Fraser. So, you got to stand behind him. Hey, you can be my whale anytime, D MIEN BLAKK. Although I don't see that happening because I'm imagining if you're like Slender Man, you are very, very, very frighteningly skinny.
Yeah, he's nowhere close to a whale. It's honestly, you remember that guy that used to haunt elementary schools and you could see all of his organs?
Oh,
that was a ghost, right?
Do,
That was a ghost.
Yeah, Slim Goodbody. I'm pretty sure Slim Goodbody was a ghost that whole time, right?
Everybody knew it.
Speaking of, by the way, I'm going to be doing my fifth comeback when I'm going to be doing a Slim Goodbody biopic. It's going to be very interesting. Fraser's going to lose all the weight, and then I'm going to be Slim Goodman. We're going to bring everyone back. So appreciate it, Wisp, and I appreciate you, Damien.
Thank you so much, Brendan. We're not opposed to having celebrities get in the ring, especially if you're still, larger than you used to be. Because even tonight we got an exploding chainsaw match. Bowen is going to be taking on a special celebrity guest in Shane Gillis.
Oh,
no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know, Angel. Whoa, Greg Allman. Greg Allman's psyched about Shane Gillis showing up. Oh.
I was talking to my buddy John Cleese the other day. And
good man. No problems with Cleese.
The cancel culture. And, things are turning around. We can finally say whatever the hell we want.
That's the nice part. I'm just going to say it. If the cancel culture goes away, can we just say whatever we want again?
Yeah, I just want to say whatever I want, man.
I just want to say whatever I want with never having to think about it.
I'm not going to say anything mean.
I'm not going to say anything I think is mean. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We're all just having fun here.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're tired of the PC that you might get at WRESTLESLURP, we got a gun match. It's going to be Bumfight Barry against Racist.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, my God. Racist is back.
Yeah.
Wait, is that one of those matches where it only ends if somebody dies by multiple gunshots?
Racist used to wrestle for WrestleSlurp, and they
Jim
didn't like.
McStand's not going to be happy about that one.
Speaking of Jim McStand, line 3.
Oh boy, here we go.
What did you do? What did you do, Damien? Now I lose fucking Brendan Fraser in The Mummy? To fucking, what is it, Burned by Blood 44?
13.
What did you do?
The devil's number.
44 is the devil's number, you fucking idiot.
Look,
I gotta say, I have to be an intermediary here. We do all agree that 44 is the devil's number. That was Dio's favorite number, so I will not let you besmirch Dio. Mr.
What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take, Damien? You wanna be part of WrestleSlurp? Stop picking off my people? Who are you gonna go for next? Porn Michaels? I see you, and I am gonna crush you. I'm just gonna come out into the Enormo lot tonight, and I am going to ride a lawnmower there. And I am going to ride it on top of you and then leave it in your dumb fucking ring.
Maybe people won't like this, but maybe I could lift the veil that Porn Michaels has never done porn for real. It's a gimmick.
Exclusive.
What would you? I am gonna destroy you.
Now, if you want,
Okay, I wouldn't. That's an enemy.
If you want to see a real porn star, we got Amber Snow, porn sensation. She's gonna be facing Tina in a More Than Mud wrestling match.
Oh my God,
that sounds tasteful. I have to say.
Oh, speaking of Porn Michaels, line 8.
Yes. How are we doing here today?
Oh, so good to hear you. So good to hear you, Porn.
Of course, Porn Michaels.
Yes. Oh, yeah. One great wrestler. Wonderful. Very funny. Now, here's the thing, Porn. We do have the Harvester of Sorrow, Damien Black. He's doing Burned by Blood 13 in your parking lot tonight at WrestleSlurp 22. What do you think of that guy?
Well, of course, it's that thing where, you're not really worried about the fact that the Slender Man is there because it's like, why now?
Now?
It's like, why now? And it's just like, and then it's that thing where I'm going to do what we do because it's 11:25. So at 11:25, Porn Michaels is going to take on
It is
Steely Dan
7:42 on 108.9 The Hawk. Listener, if you were confused driving to work, it is not 11:25. I just had to throw that out there.
Got a little worried there. That's tonight is the wrestling. Don't run over to that creepy parking lot. You don't want to get there.
You sound threatening.
No, it's that thing where I see what you do and I go, well, that's good for the parking lot. Maybe that's the best.
No, don't mess with my guys.
Well, we'll find out who's messing with who. Later.
We will find everything out, but what I'm interested in right now is traffic.
108.9 The Hawk traffic with Art Spart.
Oh boy! If you thought you were only going to be getting hardcore wrestling action at WrestleSlurp 22 today, well, you were GD wrong! Even if you had no interest in wrestling and were going to bypass the entire event, good luck! Doing that because WrestleSlurp 22 has spilled out into the arena and now in the streets surrounding Burned by Blood 13. It looks like everybody's excited for Burned by Blood 13, and now it's spilling out into the streets. I've never seen a crowd this big. Now that's right from the Chaz Palminteri Memorial parking lot all the way down to the dreaded Ugly Kid Joe Way. Wrestling has popped left and right. The crowd was so excited that everyone has started an underground wrestling league. Wow, there's matches going on everywhere, and we are talking hundreds of unregulated and frankly poorly planned wrestling leagues, and every one of them seems to have a steel cage barbed wire match with multiple garbage cans full of weapons, and yep, that right there, it is fire, both in the ring and out. It's very unsafe, both driving and wrestling, so
what the
just
hell?
don't move.
What the hell?
What is going on? What is happening?
They're stealing my sting.
Yeah,
my thing is fire.
You don't, I do have to say, you don't interrupt Art when he's doing it. He has the crossbow
I've never
up.
heard anyone interrupt
He has
Art.
the crossbow up.
Whoa.
Listen here, Slender Man. Say one more word.
You know what? I'm gonna walk right over to your little glass, and I'm gonna peer down, sort of at a 45-degree angle, and you look me in my eyes, and you threaten me with that crossbow again, and you see what happens.
Okay. Well.
Oh, yeah, wow. He is giving you the art laugh.
I don't like that. We did not even get the end of that traffic. And here's the thing. You make an enemy out of art.
Yeah.
You make an enemy out of the world because he's not even in his booth anymore. I have no idea where he went. He just
I think he went down to go join and start his own wrestling league. That's what I could see. He was mouthing to me. He goes, I'm going to start a match between the hillbilly tag team duo of Jethro and Tull.
Are you kidding me?
And I was like, are you kidding me? He's got his own league. Can you believe this? I mean, God. Damien, you have started a craze here, it seems like.
You started
there is
a
just
movement.
Wrestling league. This is a wrestling movement.
Well, everybody's piggybacking off my idea to do a big wrestling show tonight.
I mean, the interesting part is, are you thinking maybe you could sue them? Have you ever thought about suing all these other ones?
It does look like Creamed by Blood 1 is happening right now. We're looking at the cameras. The Michaels brothers, Porn and Steely Dan, have moved on to that match. Oh my God, all the Slurp wrestlers are coming out. Wow, now that one is going to draw a lot of people's attention. It's going to be insane. Oh my God, but first, whenever I think wrestling, of course, I gotta think Creedence Clearwater Revival, right?
Of course.
Wait,
Right.
why?
This is what I would walk out to.
Is exactly what I think about when I think about wrestling, by the way.
You're going to blow it. The Hawk.
CCR. A small town in the Midwest is for some reason the epicenter of band touring schedules. And one of the bands is murdering its fans. Is it the punk band? Or is it the heavy metal band? Nope, surprise. It's the rockabilly band. Gene Simmons leaving. And Brian Setzer in Penelope Spheris' classic punk rock horror film that you only watch because you like the soundtrack, Blood Speakers. Here on Channel 8's Shockvember. Horror movies all through November. On Channel 8, your home for great shit.
Life's fucking tough and you're fucking sad. Might as well drink some soda, Dad. I said, life's fucking mean and you're getting fat. Might as well ask where that soda is at. You know the soda could go away, and any day you will say soda dead. Oh God, the soda dead like a away. What are we gonna do? It's soda dead.
Hi, it's Art Spart from 108.9 The Hawk, and Zane is right. Soda Dad could be going away because they found mercury in it, and that's something you do not want in a soda. So keep your eyes peeled.
Soda Dad, life's real tough. Oh baby, life is real tough. I said life is real tough, and you're feeling bad. Might as well get some soda Dad.
Here's what these assholes are saying about 108.9 The Hawk.
Well, they play songs that I like to hear sometimes that I don't hear all the time, so, I mean, they've got that going for them. Those gentlemen are assholes!
Yeah, I kind of like it. You know, when I'm at the mall or walking around, it's good to listen to. I like, they play the Stone Temple Pilots. I like that.
Yeah, it's my favorite radio station.
Could be better.
108.9 The Hawk. Is it strange I should change? I don't know. Why don't you ask her? Mr. Soul, the Buffalo... God almighty.
He doesn't know, though.
I was saying it. I was announcing. I was back announcing.
I'm just saying that he doesn't know.
On the
You
Whisp
don't know either.
Turlington Show.
With Jeff the Angry Man Garlic. Hey, yeah, and Greg Lemon Sour over here.
It was Buffalo Springfield, Mr. Soul, on the Whisp Turlington Show on 108.9 The Hawk, and we are so excited. If you like wrestling, you gotta be loving Val Verde today because it is literally everywhere now. Literally. It was
on the break, Wisp. By the way, I ran down to the Baskin Robbins in the Memorial Meatloaf ass of the building. You know what was going on there?
What?
Ice Cream Dream Blood of Your Screams, #1. Some crazy mixed up ice cream.
That is the most frightening name I've ever heard.
It was insane. It was like a Halloween horror show mixed with an ice cream social, mixed with the most effed up wrestling you have ever seen.
Are you doing copy right now? Is that copy for them?
That was a literal copy. I didn't know what it was until they gave me a piece of paper and they said, "Here's your copy. Go advertise."
Are
for
you
this."
promoting
they got
that
an
show?
advertising budget.
I'm here now. We just gonna have to get we'll have to get crazier than everybody else.
I mean,
look, you know what?
How else are you gonna get crazier than that?
I got an update. I'm adding a match tonight. 3 guys that have been very canceled, even by us. I'm putting them back in the ring. You're talking Sick Nasty.
Okay.
Bucky Barnes.
Bucky Barnes.
And Osama bin Hitler.
Oh my gosh. That is really pushing it.
That's the triumvirate of canceled right there.
They're going to be in a 3-way SIDS match.
Oh, interesting.
I just got word Shetland Creameries, they have their own match going on right now. Apparently, Jeff, the old, horny Field of Dreams baseball players never went back in the gate.
They've just been walking around horny.
Still there. So these horny, old baseball players, I'm talking DiMaggio, he's over there right now, and they're just wrestling each other, no ring, right on the baseball diamond.
No clothes.
That does sound real spooky.
No clothes.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
A lot of howling. A lot of ghost howls. They're all just like...
You know what the crazy part I heard, too? Joe Jackson, the musician, is down there as well.
Joe Jackson's over there. And
he just keeps singing time, and he is fucking and sucking.
Wrestling, now I'm wrestling. I'm on your back.
I mean, can you compete with that?
You can't
can you compete
with the
old,
Joe
horny
Jackson?
Field of Dreams baseball players and Joe Jackson all wrestling and having sex together?
It sounds little milquetoast now, I gotta say. Burned by Blood 13 sounds a little milquetoast.
Look, a 3-way...
Sounds a little bit like a WRESTLESLURP match.
A 3-way
sudden
sudden infant death match. A barbed wire shoes match. An upside down wall. We're gonna blow the roof off the place, even though we don't have a roof over us.
Now at Rock Dolls
Justin
on Hot
Sanity
Street.
and Lenny Skunk are going to be on commentary too.
Interesting. They say nothing but fucked up shit all the time.
Down on Hog Street at Rock Dolls, looks like they're having a match. It's Rocked by Sex 14. So they have done this before, which makes no sense. They're doing it now.
They're making all the Rock Dolls wrestle, right?
They're all wrestling. So we've got Cheap Trick's Bunny Carlos taking on Styx's Tommy Shaw, and the match is being refereed by the real Bunny Carlos and the real Tommy Shaw. I've never seen anything more.
That's gonna be that one's gonna be effed up. You know what's interesting too? Cheap Trick's manager for that one, Lars Ulrich Rockdoll. Now that reaches an interesting question. You're worried to hear about Jim McStan. What if Lars Ulrich comes for you with this Harvester of Sorrow thing? Well, now, he is a very litigious man.
That's pretty cool because on line 9, we got Lars Ulrich. Lars, are you there?
Crap.
Hey, yeah, of course I'm here.
Hey, what's going on, Lars? Lars, so I'm sitting here with the one and only Harvester of Sorrow, D MIEN Blakk.
Oh, God. Why'd you intro me like that?
Oh, okay, yeah, Harvester of Sorrow. Okay,
sad but true. He's here.
Oh no, okay. So I'm gonna say you're gonna be hearing from our lawyers, Metallica's lawyers.
That's the scariest thing.
Best
in the Biz too.
Oh, we pretty much all moved over to Best in the Biz there, of course.
Best lawyers.
Best lawyers in the biz. That's why Metallica's got them, because we are a very litigious band.
And that's your copy. You're reading copy right now.
I'm just reading. That's how we're actually paying for the Best of the Biz. Because they have a high rate. They have a very high rate.
High.
It's very high. Every time you think about them, they charge you. That's the interesting part. They have some sort of Philip K. Dickian mind meld thing where they can understand when you've got to get there. And so you'll be hearing from our lawyers.
Speaking of Philip K. Dick, he's back. And he is fighting. Who's the guy that wrote Catcher in the Rye?
J.D. Salinger.
We got a ghost fight. It's going on right over at the Shetland ring. I don't think you can top that.
That's interesting because, Philip K. Dick, he was schizophrenic and he never knew if he was alive or if he's dead. And I got to say, this is the proof. If he's wrestling J.D. Salinger and he's coming out of the Hell Gate, I got to say he might be dead. How are you going to compete with that one?
How are you going to compete with that? And thank you for the call, Lars. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm happy just sitting here for
Scotty,
a little while.
hang up.
Is that streaming anywhere?
You took a shot at Lars Ulrich when he got hung up on. When he's already going to sue your ass.
Wow.
Hey, speaking of him suing your ass, it does look like your ring is being packed up right now. I don't know if that is a part of... those do look like Metallica guys.
Oh, no.
And I got to say, I wasn't even sure that was a ring because it seemed to be just a bunch of sacks of potatoes that were just like stacked up on each other.
Just a bunch of sacks of potatoes.
Were they wrestling on a bunch of sacks of potatoes?
Because I think it is
Glick vibe from that one.
Okay,
that's an interesting thing.
That's an
because
interesting one.
If you go down to Flappers has got their own wrestling league. It's the Jiminy Lick Cream Jeans, and it's called Jiminy Lick. That's the interesting part. It's Jiminy Lick and Jiminy Glick. Jiminy Lick is a drag star, and Jiminy Glick is the actual Jiminy Glick, and they're going to be wrestling.
Do you ever think that Jiminy...
This is going to be a great question.
Jiminy Glick would wrestle Martin Short?
Oh, that's a great game.
Because they're not the same
person. Can you answer that one? I know you're trying to wipe your tears away because your ring is getting made into French fries right now.
I don't know where you're going to book it. Yeah, it looks like Burger King's down there.
When you said Metallica guys, did you mean members of the band or just like
Robert
dumb guys?
Robert Trujillo. He's still the new guy. Trujillo's over there. He's earning
over there. Oh, but Jason Newsted to the rescue. He's rolling in,
doing it,
and he's pulling all the barbed wire away.
Yeah, Trujillo's still earning that $1 million check they gave him in some kind of monster, you know? They said, you got to work for this one. You're going to work for it. It's not a gift.
It's going to take potatoes.
Yeah, take the potatoes. And Newstead's cutting them up. He's making some julienne. All types of
Okay,
that was my
line 3.
Oh, that's a shame. The Slender Man loves potatoes and he ain't going to eat those. Oh, God. I got a feeling with this breathing, I know who this is. Hi, Jim.
Look what you've done, you asshole. Look what you've done, you asshole.
All right, Jim, you're gonna have to speak up. Jim McStant, of course, people. This is Jim. Are you about to explode on him? What is going on here?
I'm hiding in the Enormodome because all of my wrestlers have turned on me. The Cheeseburger, Little Abner, Mr. Mixoplix.
Not Mr. Mixoplix.
Stanley's the Stapler Spadowski.
Oh, the stapler's gone.
Gravedigger the truck.
What about Gravedigger the person?
Dead.
Oh no, this is no good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are we gonna do?
Look,
I feel like you're making a confession here.
Maybe
Can I be an intermediary here?
What are we gonna do?
Can I be an intermediary here between you and Damien? Maybe it's time to let the Slender Man into WrestleSlurp. Maybe it's time to answer those. Maybe it's time to, and Damien, maybe it's time to give up on that DIY. That, of course, means do it Yanni style, right?
Do it Yanni style. That's
do it Yanni style.
I'll put on a mask. Look, I can't do anything about the physique, but I'll put on a mask. I'll be, Mr. Bubbles or whatever you want me to be.
Wow.
No, you're gonna be the Crow.
Okay. Gonna take that away from Sting when Sting kind of did that crow thing in WCW, but all right, I'm sure there's not really copyright on that anyways. I'm sure that's fine.
You're gonna be the Crow.
Mm-hmm.
So as the intermediary here, Jim, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Is Damien gonna do it live?
He'll do it live.
Say it loud and proud. He'll do it live.
He'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Wow. You're here to hear first, people.
I'll see you in the ring.
I can't believe this is happening. Wisp, did you talk to your good friend, Jim McStant, and convince him to do this?
While that was happening, I did take a gigantic shit, came right back over here.
And Scotty, did we get that on mic, that gigantic shit? Because I was hearing it the whole time I was intermediating.
No, it wasn't, Scotty.
It was a little loud.
Oh my God. Well, I got to say, I did put in a call on behalf of Damien Black. I said, Jim, your empire's folding in on itself. When you've got the horny baseball players at Shetland Creamery rings.
You're fact.
When you've got Tommy Shaw.
Oh.
When you've got Lars Ulrich all involved in just ruining your world, you're going to have to take this kid in because he literally is the only bastard who cares about wrestling as much as you, Jimmy. And Jimmy started crying. Did he fucking cry?
Sounded like he was crying. Yeah, I gotta say, it sounded like he was crying. It sounded like he was quaking in his boots from that purgatory Prague wrestling league that was being started.
And I gotta say, I'm crying too. Because it's a dream come true.
Oh, you're crying blood, which is a scary part. I'm a little worried about that.
Stay away from that.
A lot of steam. Oh, God, there's some hot blood coming out of your eyes there.
Yeah, and watch out for the glass that's shooting out of my throat.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
Hey, put up your bulletproof vest there.
Wrestle Slurp, it's coming at you at the Enormodome.
The Crow. I gotta say, the Crow kind of sounds a little bit like the witch from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Thank you.
That was good.
That's what he was going for. That's great.
Well, so head on out to the Val Verde Enormodome tonight. You're gonna see the Crow. You're gonna see. That was a crow. That was like your wings. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, I have wings.
What?
No, he literally has wings.
I just have a lot of skin.
When you were taking a dump, it was disgusting.
I got a lot of skin from the elbow to the waist.
There's like webbed toes, and then there's webbed arms.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what this guy's got it. And I'm worried about him.
I am very, very worried about you. The moment you told me about that blood, I was like, good God, get him to the hospital. Val Verde Memorial Hospital. It's out on Soundgarden Way. Oh, we've had a great time here on the Whisp Turlington.
I love it when I miss the post and I'm just like,
it's the best way to end an episode.
It is the best way. Ladies and gentlemen, Brett Davis.
Hello.
How are you, man?
My throat hurts a little bit from doing that voice.
I know, mine does too. From doing Jim McStan, who is now going to have to be a figure in Val Verde legend. The voice of Jim McStan, who is I guess he's like Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm. A great
man.
What I pictured.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Great man.
Great man. Legendary.
Stand-up man. Nothing wrong with him.
Nothing wrong with him.
He's our P.T. Barnum.
Thank you.
I'm still counting P.T. Barnum as my P.T. Barnum, though.
Okay, you're a bit older. Yeah,
I am a bit older. I would always hang out with old P.T. But Brett Davis, thank you so much for coming on 108.9 The Hawk. We've talked about this for a long time. Yeah. We always say that in interviews, but it's like it takes time to get people on, and we're just happy you're here being part of this. And the moment you were talking about doing a wrestling thing, I was like, shit, we've never done a wrestling thing. That is something very, very fun. Something I don't know very much about. Like I watched a little wrestling growing up. Like the neighbors up the street would always have WrestleMania on, and I would go over and sit and just watch and just be like, what is happening? I mean, it felt a lot like comic books to me. Yeah. In terms of just like, these are the superheroes, these are the storylines, and it was kind of addictive to watch it with them, to just be like, well, he does what? What happened to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watch wrestling, but I think everyone should watch a WrestleMania. Like the way I watch the VMAs every year, just to like check in with a subculture.
What? Just hoping that Neil Young comes out and play with Pearl Jam?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm wrestling.
Way.
I think this is the year.
Yeah.
I hope.
What a surprise that would be.
Dua Lipa's on stage, and here comes Neil, just like, hey, it's me, Neil. Dua Lipa. But man, you've always been one of my favorite dudes, one of my favorite comedians. I met you when we were filming the We're Newbridge.
Yeah.
Adult Swim show that Tom Sharpling, John Worster wrote. And we shot that. Where was that in Jersey? Do you remember?
I don't remember. Newbridge.
It was in Newbridge.
Yes, that's right.
I know it was in a town that was near Vintage Vinyl in Jersey, so I don't know exactly.
So that's Central Jersey.
Central Jersey, and we sat in a gymnasium for a very long time, like during like breaks between shots.
Yeah, there was one moment that was not caught on camera, but was maybe the hardest I laughed that day, was that they were doing a fake assembly, and Worster was on the podium. And he just opted to ruin a take by going, "Attention teachers and students."
I forgot about that. Yes, he did. Oh my God. And there was that guy that like dressed up in so he was one of like the businessmen of Newbridge. He was like an actor that was hired for it. And during his breaks, he took off his suit pants. So he was just walking around in his underwear with like the suit jacket and shirt just in the gymnasium with us. And he took Tom's director's chair and sat in it in his underwear.
Whoa, bold.
Between breaks, which was very, very funny. Brett, you did the special without Brett Davis, which was so fucking wonderful for, God, how many episodes was that?
Close to 200.
Close to 200. Yeah.
170 something, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you did a podcast for laundry, which I was on. I was in person once, but then I did a voice for you for, I think, the final episode.
Yeah. You were, there was like a whole arc that you were a part of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Towards the end.
It was so much fun. It would
not be worth explaining, but
yeah, no, I highly recommend it. Go back, people, listen to the podcast for laundry. It is so, if you like the weird world of 108.9 The Hawk, you would absolutely go nuts for the podcast for laundry. I kind of feel like they're in similar worlds.
Yeah, definitely.
So
lots of world building.
A lot of world building. Yeah. You kind of get stuck in it sometimes where you're just like, I have to remember what this is, or somebody's going to call me out on it.
Yeah.
That's like, we've created a Bible for that just has, but even it's not complete because there's always like, we'll have to put fucking Jim McStan in it now.
Yeah, there's too much in the world. So you don't have to call us out, people. We know we're not getting it right.
Another thing is you're working on the Best Show now with us, which is really cool.
Yeah, what a treat.
So I get to hang out with you every Tuesday night. Which has been great.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I've been listening since 2004 or 5.
2004, 5? Okay.
Yeah.
When did you start calling in as MC Steinberg?
Around that time. I was still in high school. Okay. So, you know, if you ever hear an old episode, just know that's not a fully formed brain pulling off these bits. But
right.
Yeah, I used to call in as a aspiring rapper. And
love it.
Really just kind of forced my way on with the help of my collaborator AP Mike.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then when we did the Lost 2006 episode in 2016, you came back and reprised that role.
Yeah, a really great night.
Yeah. Well, what a great night when Trump won and, you know, Tom hit a deer.
Yeah. Well, but thankfully I missed that creeping dread that everybody had because I had just done the Chris Gethard show's thing and things were still looking okay.
Right.
And I was kind of like distracted there. And then I hopped in a cab to like go to Park Slope for like what I thought was a big celebratory party. And then I was just immersed in 2006 for, you know, an hour and like doing a bit.
Right.
Like rapping in the back of this cab. And then, you know, I get out and I'm like, all right, time to go to the party. And then, ooh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, the lights are out.
I was happy I had nothing to do that night.
You had nothing to do?
I went to bed early and I was just like, well, there goes everything.
And you just woke up to fire in the streets.
That's what it felt like a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a strange time.
Yeah.
So,
but it actually all worked out
for the best. Not anymore, though. It all worked out for the best.
Oh, God, it did. It good. It really
there's no
did.
problems.
No problems. Brett, you got it? You got any plugs? Anything you want to plug?
There's a new project that'll be announced in the upcoming weeks. A new podcast that I'll be working on. So stay tuned for that.
I know
announcement
about it.
On Brett Davis R.I.P. But
yeah,
I'm keeping mum.
Keep it mum. Keep it mum. Yeah. I know what it is, but keep it mum.
I mean, you could break the
get
news
ready
right
for
now.
those variety headlines.
Yeah, you got to go for the variety headline.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see if Deadline's going to do it, or maybe Vulture.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just kind of holding off and seeing who gets the best offer.
Oh, yeah. I always send mine to Redbook or Women's Day.
They're actually, they're great with that stuff.
They're really good with comedy
I only send my announcements to Bill Maher because I want him to announce them on the Hang Zone or whatever the fuck that thing is.
New rule. Jeff Garlock wrote another kid's book.
Yeah. Pup Detective 9. New rule.
New rule.
Buy it.
It's just tough because you want to get it in before he has drink 4.
Yeah. Oh,
because then he starts getting the details wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Detective Pups. Number
Cats
12.
or something.
Brett, thank you so much for joining us.
No, my pleasure. I love the show too. And
thank you so much.
You.
So excited to be part of it.
I got to say too, and I was just thinking this. This is one of the only Hawk episodes where something nice happened in the end. That is a rarity. Where like Damien won.
Did anyone die?
That doesn't usually happen. Usually there's multiple deaths.
Yeah.
There were no deaths.
Although presumably,
yeah,
we don't
city
really
has
know all the
fallen
details.
into like a
probably some deaths
anarchy.
in some of those other leagues. Yeah,
it's like jokers are running wild on the streets of Val Verde right now.
Oh my god!
It's like
I was going to say it's a little more like Bane, but maybe it's a. It does seem like they're organized, though.
Time to wrestle, Batman.
Hey, wasn't he a wrestler in the comics?
I think he was he.
I feel like that's why he wears a mask.
He ever wrestled. I would like to think he wrestled, but
I like to think he wrestled.
Well, he's like a jack guy with a mask and like spandex.
You might as well be a wrestler.
Yeah,
might as well.
Even if that's just your look.
From political prisoner to wrestler. The Bane
story. All right,
you should get
Brett,
Bane on here.
Oh God, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. And by that you mean Tom Hardy, right?
No, Bane.
Oh, Bane.
No, you gotta get Bane.
Yes, we're interested in booking Tom Hardy only if he'll do Bane on our classic rock comedy podcast.
Of course I will.
Let's wrestle, Batman.
It's like he's like how like the woman that plays Mimi will just like do stuff as Mimi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
or the guy that played Christopher McDonald, who's a tremendous actor, but he does a bunch of cameos as his character from Happy Gilmore.
Shooter McGavin,
yeah.
Oh wow,
which I think is hilarious, and I would pay for it in a fucking heartbeat.
We gotta start getting some Hawk cameos from people in character.
In character, yeah, $2. $2. That's what we make on our shirts.
Val Verde squares.
Yeah.
The best of the best.
Oh my God, Val Verde squares.
Well, I'm sure our wives will love our explanation of us needing to spend money on cameo promos.
On what?
So are you earning yet?
Wait,
no.
That's all. It's promotion. It's all for promotion. Oh my God. Speaking of promotion, go to 1089thehawk.com for all the episodes. You can click on there for click on store. You can buy those shirts. We've got some pretty cool shirts coming up and pretty cool shirts out. We're getting very damn close to our 1 year anniversary. So maybe we'll put out a very cool shirt for that.
It'll just say very cool shirt 108.9 The Hawk.
That's what it is now. That's what happened. Hey, what about
maybe the alienating through specificity shirt will come out?
Maybe the alienating through specificity shirt. Maybe it's time for that. Hey, you can also go to Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review. And what does the review? What is it supposed to say now?
I really like this, Jeff. And then we added something else?
I think it was like I also cried when Freddie Mercury died.
Yes,
is what we talked about in the Rock Hawk. I'm not entirely sure. We are doing extra episodes too. So Hawk Rock Talk. There's a Queen episode out now where we actually talk as ourselves, like
about
in this
Queen.
interview. But we talk about bands and news, and we're recording a Genesis edition that's coming out very, very soon as well.
Yeah, and go to our YouTube if you want to watch on YouTube. If you're a person who doesn't listen to podcasts but likes to stare at a YouTube screen, apparently you're out there, baby.
Apparently you exist.
Go do that and go watch our videos. We've got videos from some of the dumb songs we come up with.
We do. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, hello, YouTube.
Hi,
YouTube. Mwah. All right, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next time on 108.9 The Hawk. Mwah.